Welcome to This Week in East Brunswick. Today we visit the East Brunswick Department on Aging at the Senior Center to learn about how they have partnered with the East Brunswick Public Library to promote health literacy in the community. Then we head to Managers Baseball Complex, where the Patrick Awosogba Memorial Wiffleball Tournament was held to keep the former East Brunswick High School student's memory alive and raise funds for a memorial scholarship in his name. David Lonsky, the president of the East Brunswick Recreation Parks and Advisory Board, sits down with Cindi Todoroff, who was recognized as an award winner for her years of commitment and dedication to the Recreation Department. All this, plus we drop in on another Acoustic Tuesday concert performance as saxophonist Parth Patel entertains the crowd. So stay with us. This Week in East Brunswick starts now.
Hi, I'm Sharon Riley Morosi, Assistant Director for the East Brunswick Department on Aging, and this is the Voice of Experience. I am here today at the Senior Center with Kathy Churn. Kathy is a consumer health librarian, and once a month she makes her way over to the Senior Center to the hallway between the lobby and the dining room and creates some beautiful bulletin boards. So Kathy, just tell me before we talk about the bulletin boards, what is a consumer health librarian?
A consumer health librarian is a librarian who has taken extra training through the National Network of Libraries of Medicine. So there are certain classes that one has to take before they can apply to become a specialist in a sense. So after they've taken a certain number of credits, they can apply and they will get a consumer health information specialization. And we have to continue taking these classes. We renew every 3 years.
So the bulletin boards have quite a bit of good information. Can you tell me, how do you decide what to put up there?
So we get some recommendations from Marion over at the Senior Center, and we also take a look. I go online and I look at the national health observances of each month, and then I choose the ones that would be most relevant to the seniors here. And so for this month, we have August, and August is National Immunization Awareness Month. So I have some information here about getting vaccinations, like recommended vaccinations. And then for foot health, this is a recommendation from Marion.
And so who would benefit from this information?
So I think everyone would benefit from these bulletin boards. Our goal is to increase health literacy, which is the degree to which an individual has the capacity to obtain, communicate, process, and understand basic health information in order to make appropriate health decisions.
Kathy, why is health literacy important to someone who comes to the Senior Center?
So health literacy is actually important to everyone, and those who are more health literate are less likely to end up in the emergency room. They make better health decisions, and they also take better care of their health.
Kathy, if someone had questions about, or further questions about things that they've read here on the bulletin board, how would they get more information?
So there are multiple ways for them to get in touch with us at the library. They can come to the library. They can call us at 732-390-6767, or they can also go online to our library's health portal website, which is welllinks.org.
Kathy, thank you so much. We appreciate your time and expertise and sharing with us here every month at the Senior Center.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
If you would like more information about programs and services available through the East Brunswick Department on Aging, then please call us at 732-390-6896. And please remember, the East Brunswick Department on Aging is here to help you and yours age successfully.
About like 7 years ago, I started a Wiffleball tournament in my backyard, and my friend Patrick Awosogba would go there every year. And in 2015, he passed away playing basketball at Rutgers, and we started a scholarship fund in his name. So every year I raise money for a scholarship in his name that goes to East Brunswick High School to a student athlete with a GPA above 3.5.
We've set up a scholarship fund. It's called the Awosogba Memorial Scholarship Fund at the high school, East Brunswick High School. And the idea behind this is to keep BJ's memory alive. And every year we give $500 to a student who demonstrates academics and athletics, demonstrates exemplary citizenship. That's what we do it for. It's such a wonderful day to be a part of this. It means a lot to me, to my entire family. It's in memory of our son who was a big part of the community. And just the fact that we have so many people show up to honor him is a great honor. We appreciate it. We thank everyone.
When we started the tournament, we had about like 6 teams of just my friends in my backyard. Last year we were lucky enough to be at the complex, and we had about 10 teams, 5 in each group. And this year we had an even bigger turnout. We have about 7 teams in the younger group and like 6 in the older group.
It's all about having fun. Baseball, greatest sport, America's pastime. What my team does is we hit dingers, nothing but dingers. That's just the key to winning games. Today's not a game; it's about fun and honoring Patrick and his life. And it's a great way to have fun and be with all your friends in the community. And it's a great event.
Of all things I really want to say today is just to thank Greg Sampson, the entire Sampson family, especially Greg Sampson Jr., a great friend of BJ. Keeps this memory alive and keeps on doing this, and makes sure that everyone shows up for this Wiffle game. So my thanks on behalf of my family to him.
I just want to say thank you to the Awosogba family for allowing me to do this. Raise money for the scholarship. I want to say a big thanks to my dad, who was here at 7 a.m. with me, helping me set up and organize everything. To all the people that have helped me set up, do registration. Big thanks to East Brunswick Baseball League for allowing me to do this on their fields. To all the board members, it really means a lot to allow us to do this, and it really means a lot to the kids, and get to see everyone come together.
I think all I can say, this brings a lot of memories, good memories by the way, especially on behalf of BJ, who played baseball for the high school. And so I'm just so happy that we're able to do this to keep his memory alive. So thanks to everyone.
Hello, my name's David Lonsky, and I'm the president of East Brunswick's Recreation Parks Advisory Board. The RPAB is a board of citizen volunteers whose mission is to support the recreation and parks programs here in East Brunswick. Each year, the RPAB recognizes citizens and organizations for their outstanding achievements and accomplishments here in the township. With me today is Cindi Todoroff. Cindi, congratulations. Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much.
You know, Cindi, you've been a lifelong resident of East Brunswick and have been an outstanding contributor. But for those of people out here who don't know you, tell us a little about you and your background.
Well, my whole family has been a lifelong resident of East Brunswick. My grandfather actually bought where I live now, part of the farm, in 1914, so we have a long history of East Brunswick in our family. I was, again, raised in East Brunswick, attended Frost School, Hammarskjöld, back when it was Hammarskjöld, okay?
Hammarskjöld Junior High.
Hammarskjöld Junior High, when it was 6th, 7th, actually 7th, 8th, and 9th grade, and we also had Churchill. And went to East Brunswick High School, played all the sports there, okay? Went on to Douglas College, majored in health and physical education, played sports there as well.
Which sports?
Field hockey, spring track, winter track, and then I switched to lacrosse. Then I came back, after graduation, I started working for little jobs. Well, my first job actually was coaching field hockey and JV basketball at the high school. A lot of assorted jobs with the recreation department. And then I eventually did secure a full-time job with the recreation department as program coordinator for 5 years. And did the day camp, instructional programs, some of the programs that you still see here today. And I also ended up being head coach at field hockey. In fact, I've been coaching in the program for 36 years, and 34 of those years have been as head coach. And this year I decided I wanted to step aside. It's the right time, and I'm going to coach the 8th graders this year. I also coached lacrosse and helped start the girls Blackhawk portion of our lacrosse program in town. I have a terrific family. I'm so very proud of my husband and my 2 daughters, adult daughters. In fact, one of my daughters just moved back into East Brunswick. As I see, there seems to be a trend with a lot of siblings, kids coming back into East Brunswick for the very reason why, because of schools, the recreation program, location, all the things you can take advantage of. And that's pretty much it. But
I'm going to ask you a couple of more specific questions, and I know that like many people, you're very modest about your accomplishments, so I'm going to just let everyone know a little bit about those accomplishments. Over 300 career victories as the head coach of the field hockey team, Coach of the Year in the Star Ledger, and I think 5-time Coach of the Year conference. So, I mean, you've had an outstanding career, both in successes and wins and losses, but I think most importantly, with the way that those student athletes that trained under you and that participate in your programs, what they think about you and the character that you brought to the program. Why don't you speak a little bit about the character and character building and your methods for doing that?
Well, I felt that sports always gave me the opportunity or the forum to be able to meet people, learn, grow, find out about yourself, learn how to compete, how to win with grace, how to lose with grace, and just being part of a team, working in a group activity, also taking directions, from someone, from your coach, from your instructor, and respecting that. And then reaping all the rewards of it, as far as the friendships that you develop, the relationships that you develop. Winning's nice, it's a great feeling, when it's a tough game and you can win, all right? So that's always a great experience, but also learning, if the game didn't go your way, and just rebounding from that. And those are all lifelong lessons, again, that'll take you through a lifetime. And to be able to learn those where it's in a safe situation, where you lose a game, what's the big deal? You come back the next day, work harder, different game plan. In life you can't do that all the time. Could be one and done or whatever, it doesn't go your way. So sports just gives you that opportunity, the forum, the haven for you to be able to learn and grow as a person, develop relationships, and just grow as a person.
Now you have a couple of catch slogans I understand that the girls in the program are very familiar with.
Well,
why don't you talk
well,
about
the first one is Go Bears, okay? Now as I'm getting older, it's as always Go Bears, because whatever. Keep on keeping on, which is, the classic saying, but that's just, persistence wins out over everything, in my opinion. Just keep on plugging there, so keep on keeping on. And one I just thought about this year was every day and everywhere as far as character building. Yeah, it's okay. It's good you dress up, you show up, when you're in a situation where we want to show your best, but it's behind the scenes, that count maybe even more. I have to say, and I guess this is a great opportunity for me to thank the Recreation Parks and the Friends of Recreation Parks and Community Service for receiving the award that I did this past year, to be considered in the league of the people who are with that night, who was Estelle Goldsmith, Tommy Williams, and also VFW 133. I mean, that in itself is an honor, let alone with the people that came before. But that's an award that I think gets recognized, that other people recognize, the little things that you do behind the scenes. And it was a big honor, again, for myself personally, for my family, and had a great cheering crowd that night with my family and also members of our field hockey team. So I wanted to thank the board, for the award, because again, recreation has always played a huge part in my life. As a youngster growing up, being able to take part of so many activities. I mean, wasn't as many as is expanded now, but it just gave, and with everybody, all the youth in the town, and also older people. I know for me, softball was big, community theater with Elliot Taubenslag, but had a wide variety of experiences, which is now Crystal Springs, Dallenbach, fireworks. I mean, that gave us all an opportunity to try something new, meet new people, and have fun. So recreation from that point growing up gave me an opportunity. And again, after I graduated college, I got a variety of different jobs here in Camp Daisy, also whatever, supervisor, volleyball ref, but that led into my full-time job, which I was, the people that I work with back then, Karen Burke, Lee Gerhardt, also our staff was Linda Langone, Lorraine Ketchel, Virginia Weber. I mean, what a staff back in the day, and as it is today, is the same. Well, the staff that we have now is exceptional as well. So it gave me my full-time job, and then after I decided I just wanted to work part-time because we had our family. I was able to continue with my field hockey programs to this day. Since 1980, we have instructional field hockey, which is our feeder to our field hockey program, and then with the East Brunswick Blackhawks. Back in 1987, a township resident, Carrie Scarrett, who had 2 young daughters at the time, she wanted to join with the boys Blackhawks program that was already in existence to start the girls program. So at the time I was lacrosse coach, she approached me. I said, yeah, that's great. And so with Carrie, who was an amazing person and also administrator, we were able to start that program. And through that time, Bob McCulloch and Roland Costanzo, they coached in the administration, and now today Denise Catrino, and also Danielle Barker, Jess Barker, another young lady from Rutgers also helps out. So, that gave me the forum to do what I love to do, and I think the common denominator with everybody, who works in the community any type of community program, is your love and passion for something that you like to do, and also see the benefits that others can gain from that.
And Cindi, that I guess leads me into my closing segment, which is to encourage all residents of East Brunswick to enjoy the benefits of our community, use our parks, use our recreation program, go online, see all of the terrific programs out there. Whether it's a youth activity, an adult activity, there's so much to do in town. Please enjoy it. Thank you.
By Joel Little and songwriter Tele Riley. The song was based off of high school experiences. Here's Young, Dumb, and Broke. The next one is another classical piece written by Joseph Haydn and transcribed by Jaime Voxman. It was based on Trio 5. Here's Sonatina.
This is Barbara Reese reporting for This Week in East Brunswick. We're very fortunate today to be here with author and PhD Albert Amao. Welcome, and we're excited to hear about your new book, Awaken the Power Within in Defense of Self-Help.
Thank you, ma'am.
So tell us a little bit about the focus of this new book that you've written.
The main purpose is to raise awareness about the billion with B, self-help culture, which they produce more harm than good. So what I try to is to analyze all these books that are all over. According to Amazon.com, there are more than 300,000 books available on self-help. But the people problem is that, as I have two friends, that they keep buying all these books and they never get help. So they think there's something wrong with them, instead of thinking that it's nothing, but that they always look for something else beyond their inner self to look for books that doesn't help.
So this was your inspiration for writing, seeing all these different books out there that really don't help?
Exactly. That's as a sociologist, I think my duty is to analyze this culture, which is now infesting America. And as one author, very thoughtful author, said that sham, his title books is Sham, How America is Being Disempowered with Self-Help Books. So
how do we empower the readers? How does your book help empower the reader?
First, try to analyze that all these self-help books try to give this sense of victimization first, that you are not good, that you have been abused in your childhood, and all the problems in the future is because of your childhood. So they impose that idea, and then they try to empower them with this book is going to be the solution for your problem.
And how is your book different?
My book is different because I said there is no other book. It's you yourself. You have to go to your inner self. All the power is in you. The kingdom of heaven is within. It's not out.
So you give strategies of how we can harness our inner power.
Right. That's the idea.
Now, your story is quite an inspirational story as well. Now you're a PhD and a sociologist. Tell us a little bit about your growing up.
I was the older child of 5, and my parents were kind of illiterate. They didn't write. My father went only to the first grade of primary school. So, but I was lucky enough that I had access. I used to love always libraries. I used to go to the library, local library. I would have access to new thought literature, and that was the one who helped me. That this kind of literature said you can do it. It's in your power to reach whatever you set in life. So that was my inspiration mainly.
So your positive thinking made a difference in your life. You went on to college, correct?
Right. So I continue doing to follow the example of great people and the advice of that everything, if we want to reach something, we have to fight for it. We have to suffer. We have to go through it. It's not easy. That's the problem in America. We are becoming a quick fix society. We want everything very quickly, immediately, and resolve the problem. That's not the way. We have to go through a process. And that's the only way that I was able to reach my PhD.
And we don't realize that nowadays here there's more access to higher education, but for you it was a challenge to get access to that higher education.
Right. Yes, you're absolutely right.
And so what do you hope the reader learns from this book?
I want the people learn that there is no power outside them. The power is in them. So if they propose to reach something, they can do it. And they have to focus their attention and beliefs to whatever goal they set in life.
Oh, that's exciting. Now, you also did a lot of research here at the library.
Right.
How did you find the resources here at the
I am very
Library?
grateful to the staff here because they helped me to find the proper books, and when the books are not available here, they look for me in other libraries, and they gather, and they facilitate all the material that was able to produce these books.
So it's the power of the East Brunswick Public Library helping an author
Yes,
to
yes,
achieve their goals.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
So we're coming to the close. I'm sure we could talk in much more detail about this exciting novel. Perhaps you could tell folks a little bit about how they can get the book.
The book is in Amazon.com. It's going to be released on June 5th, and if they go to Amazon.com.
And it's available in paperback.
Yes, it is available. Also in audio book.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Yeah.
So you can listen to it as you go to work.
Exactly, that's the idea.
To inspire you on the way.
Right.
Well, thank you so much for being here. All your books are wonderful, and it's always a learning experience speaking with you. So thank you for all that you do and the research that you do here at the library.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
This is Barbara Reese reporting for This Week in East Brunswick. We hope to see you again soon.